Evening, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Holly. I'm a semi-retired interior designer, and I'm going to be transitioning into the world of art therapy. So I'll be sharing my passion for both creative design as well as therapeutic arts to inspire and uplift you. So with that being said, tonight we're going to start our first Healing with Holli session, and we're going to be doing an exercise titled the Lighthouse of Hope. I'm going to be using watercolors, and I have a little pad that has watercolor paper inside of it, something that I could always take with me whenever I go somewhere. So stay tuned. I just want to go over to the table where I have my little area set up, and we'll get our therapeutic environment in check. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so first you want to make sure you get your therapeutic environment in check, like I said. And what I mean by in check, do whatever makes you feel comfortable and relaxed and ready to take on a therapy session, but also in a creative zone. You want to get into your vibe, get into your flow, but get the vibe going. So I have my lighting. I'm going to go ahead and put on some Native American flute in the background, some flute music, and I have some wine here. I'm going to go ahead and pour myself a glass. I got to go over and get a glass. This is the art pad that I was telling you about. Here's my watercolor pens. The lighting, like I said, it's meant to be a relaxing therapeutic session. You'll be able to see me working on my pad, but I won't be talking. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes, just like if we were in session. First we'll talk. I'll read a little story to you, the introduction, the objective, some instructions, and then we'll get into our zone, take a moment of silence, and get to it. So give me 1 second so I can get the music in the background. Okay, so if you want to do the exercise with me, I'm going to list the materials you need in the description of the video, but also I'll just say them right now. You can go grab a piece of paper, sturdy paper or canvas if you have one on hand, paint and brushes or colored pencils, markers, whatever you want to use to put together your lighthouse. And then you want to pull up a reference image on the computer. So I was just at Fort Casey the day before yesterday. You'll see in one of my shorts I did a little hike, and then I also did a painting when I was there. So I have a picture pulled up. I don't want to mess with my camera because it's in the perfect spot, but I have my picture pulled up. If you guys want to grab one and get it together. Right now I'm going to go ahead and read the story that comes with the exercise. So turn down the music a little bit. So again, this exercise is called the Lighthouse of Hope. A middle-aged woman with salt and pepper hair and spectacles that reflect years of wisdom finds herself at a crossroad after a recent medical diagnosis. The weight of uncertainty and fear cast shadows over her usually vibrant spirit. Spotting a faded tattoo of a lighthouse on her wrist, a memento from her youth, the therapist suggests an art activity that resonates with her quest for light amidst the engulfing darkness. So today the purpose of this exercise is going to be finding direction, visualization of hope, and we're going to be expressing our emotions through our art. So let's talk a little bit about lighthouses and what they represent. Lighthouses stand as beacons of navigation. So by painting one, we're able to visually anchor our sources of guidance during these tumultuous times. The radiant beams from the lighthouse, if you can think of a visual or picture it in your head, they symbolize hope, shedding the light on our path and dispelling the encroaching shadows of fear and despair. So through our expression today, we're going to use the depiction of the sea and the sky as our canvas to articulate our prevailing emotional state, which is going to foster a deeper understanding and validation for our feelings. So, like I said, go ahead and get your space together. You have your materials. I have everything together. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and take a minute for us to reflect on the sources of hope in our life, be it family, therapeutic interventions, faith, or just our innate resilience. And then go ahead and get a picture in your brain so you can start to visualize and depict a lighthouse on the canvas, allowing its beams of light to symbolize these sources of strength and hope that we have. The surrounding sea and sky should mirror our current emotions. Tranquil seas might represent acceptance, while tempestuous waters could convey inner turmoil. And I'm going to go ahead and set the timer because, again, this is a therapy session. And with art therapy, I'm learning that it's not about the finished product. It's about the process. So we want to focus on our feelings, our emotions, while we're creating our painting of the lighthouse. So let's just take a moment of silence so you can get that picture in your head. Look at your reference if you need to kind of get started. I have a pen because I like to just real quick just sketch it out. And then I'll go ahead and fill it in with my watercolors. So I'll stop talking now. I'm going to go ahead and start the music. Start the timer. And I'll be right back. you've never worked with watercolor before, the wetter your paper, the easier it is to blend your colors. So I'm just making sure that the paper is nice and wet. So it'll make it easier to spread all my colors. I'm really pleased with these markers. I had never used them before. I did my first painting the other day when I was at Fort Casey, and I just fell in love right away. So if you guys don't have them, go get them. They're great if you want to take them wherever you go. So whenever you find a spot in that perfect picture, just sit down and pull out your little pad, your markers. I'm sure everyone usually carries water with them. Just put a little water in this pen. That's all you need. Put together your little scares the crap out of me. Let me finish this real quick. Okay, pens down. Okay, so let me put the lid on this water pen. I'll show you what I came up with, because you can't really see it laying flat. But again, it's not about, you know, the product versus the process. You know, how did we get to the product? We want to focus on the scene and emphasizing the beams of the light and the environmental nuances. So for me, it talked about how the water, the surrounding sea and sky was going to mirror the current of our emotions. Tranquil seas might represent acceptance, while tempestuous waters could convey inner turmoil. So I'm at a pretty good stage in my life right now. So my waters are pretty calm. So here's what I came up with. Like I said, I'm pretty impressed. Got the trees, kind of on an island there. Over there, lighthouse with the beams of light, strong beams, representing the hope, you know, and the beacon, because they stand as beacons of navigation. So there are anchors, sources of guidance. So I'm confident in my angels. You know, they've been sending me messages, the universe. The sunset has real pretty colors in it. I love the sunset. So yeah, that's what I came up with. The lighthouse could have been expanded more, but again, it was about the process. For me, I loved making the colors and the water and the strong beacons of light. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and I'm going to go ahead and drink my wine. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Do what you love what you do. Do what you love what you do. Thank you. Bye-bye.